Hey guys, today I'm just going to do a quick little tutorial. This is like a 15-minute makeup look, so I'll do this when I want to look presentable, but I don't want to put a whole lot of effort into my makeup. So this might take me a little longer than 15 minutes to do today, just because I'm like explaining it as I go, but it's really, really quick, so this would be great for going to school. My dogs are savages. Okay, so I'm going to start off by priming my eyelids, and for that I'm going to use my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. And I'm just going to apply that with my finger all over my lid. Okay, so I'm not going to set that just because it's not really necessary with this look. But for my eyes I'm going to use my Tartelette in Bloom palette. And I'm going to use mostly these two shades right here, so Sweetheart and Rebel. So on my Royal and Langnickel shader brush, I'm just going to grab Sweetheart, which is this color right here, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. Okay, next I'm going to take a mixture of Sweetheart and Rebel, and I'm going to take that on my Luxie 205 tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to mix them together right on the brush, and then I'm going to buff that into my crease. Moving on to brows, I'm going to just quickly fill them in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and this is in the shade Taupe. So I'm just going to take the spoolie end and brush my brows upwards. And then I'm going to take the pencil end and I'm just going to quickly fill them in. I'm just going to grab my Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade 1, and I'm just going to run that through my brows, brushing the hairs upwards, and that's just going to set them in place. Okay, so next moving on to my face, I'm going to be mixing these two foundations together. These are the Rimmel 25-hour like color stay foundations. I forget exactly what they're called and I ripped the sticker off, but they're the Rimmel ones with the red cap. So I just mixed two shades together to get the perfect shade. One of them was just a little bit too dark and the other one was a bit too pink. So I'm going to go ahead and dot that all over my face. And to buff that in, I'm going to be using a flat top kabuki brush. This one is by BH Cosmetics. And I'm just going to buff that into my skin using circular motions. And anywhere that I need a little bit extra coverage, I'm just going to tap it in. So to hide my dark circles, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. This is the brightener. And I'm just gonna put a little swoosh underneath my eyes. And I'm gonna just blend that out with my finger. Now I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the color Fair Neutral, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this underneath my eyes as well. And I'm also just going to use my finger to blend this out. A little bit too close to my waterline there, so now I have concealer in my eyeball. So probably try not to do that. Pro tip. So now I'm just going to go back in with that brush that I used to blend out my foundation, and I'm just going to use that to blend out that concealer a little bit more. The struggle is real today. Really, honestly, do your best to not get it in your eyeball because it doesn't feel very good. You can just take whatever concealer is now left over on this brush and just use it to highlight the other high points of your face. So I'm just going to bring it down a little bit onto my chin and in the center of my forehead. Okay, now since this is supposed to be like a quicker look, I am not going to do any baking, but I'm going to use my Shade and Light contour palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here to set my under eye concealer. I don't want to contour or anything today, but I do just want to bronze up my skin a little bit, so I'm going to go in with my Pure Cosmetics bronzer. Looks like this. It's just like a really nice shimmery bronzer, and I'm just going to use that to bring a little bit of color back into my skin. So I'm going to be using this brush here. It's a flat top kabuki brush, very similar to the one that I use for my foundation. It's just a little bit bigger, and I'm just going to apply this to my cheeks and basically anywhere that you would naturally get bronzed if there was sun in the sky. Blush today, I'm going to be using this one by Wet n Wild. This is in the color Pearlescent Pink, and it's just a really nice peachy color, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it, but not too much. So I'm just going to brush this onto the apples of my cheeks, and for this I'm using my Real Techniques blush brush. For highlighter, I'm going to be using this one. This is Vintage by Jessica Liebskind, and it's a highlighting duo. The colors are Rose Quartz and Chocolate Diamond. So I'm actually just going to mix them both together. So I'm just going to take this fan brush and kind of just go into both of them. And then I'm just going to put that on the high points of my face. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eye makeup. So I'm going to be taking this little brush right here. This is by Royal & Langnickel, and this is the detail brush. And I'm going to be dipping into this white shade, and I'm going to use that to highlight under my brow and my inner corner of my eye. So So I'm also just going to wipe this brush off, and I'm going to use it to do my lower lash line as well. So same as the top, I'm going to take a mixture of this one and this one, so Sweetheart and Rebel. I'm just going to mix them together right on the brush, and then I'm going to run this along my lower lash line. Now, just to connect the lower lash line with the rest of the look, I am going to take this brush here. This is like a tapered crease brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to take Sweetheart, and I'm just going to use that to connect the two. So something that I like to do when I'm doing more like natural looks is to take a white pencil, and I like to put that in my waterline. This one is the Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk by NYX, and that just really brightens up the eyes, opens them up, and makes you look a little bit more awake. So now for mascara, I'm going to take my Jordana Best Lash Extreme, and I'm going to apply that to my top and bottom lashes. Issue today with putting stuff in my eyeballs that aren't supposed to go in my eyeballs. So for my lips today, I'm going to use this lipstick here. This is by Essence, and it's in the shade Cool Nude. And this is like one of my favorite everyday go-to lipsticks. The bonus is it's like $3 at Shoppers. So I'm not going to line my lips or anything today, I'm just going to go right in with this. So that's the finished look without any lashes, but I almost always apply false eyelashes just because it takes me like 5 seconds and it makes such a difference. So these are the lashes I'm going to apply today. I don't know what they're called, and I've worn them already like 5 or 6 times, so they're a little bit dirty and junky, but it's okay, they've only been on my eyes, so I don't care. But this is what they look like. Like I said, I don't know what these are called, but they are from Ardell, so I know that much. I'm going to take my Duo Lash Glue, and I'm just going to apply that to the band. I'm just going to let that glue dry and get tacky there for a second. Okay, so I'm just going to look straight ahead into my mirror, and I'm going to go in from the top. And I'm going to place those down right on top of my lashes. Then I'm going to go into the outer corner and attach it. And then I'm going to go into the inner corner and attach it. And then I kind of just push them in with my fingers. And then I kind of just brush them down with my fingers so I can just make sure that they're attached all the way along the line. And then when I can see that they are, I just go back in with my tweezers and kind of just squeeze my real lashes into my fake lashes so that they're as close to the real lash line as possible. And then they'll look as real as spiky false eyelashes could possibly look. So same thing with this one, I'm just going to pick off all the glue that's left on there from last time I wore these. And then same thing, look straight into the mirror, go down from the top, attach it to the middle, attach it to the outside, attach it to the inner corner. And now this eye's completely dry, so sometimes what I just like to do is just kind of curl them upwards with my finger. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and set my makeup with my NYX Dewy Finishing Spray.